Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm Richard.
And I'm John.
Today we're talking about Index Season 3, Episode 4.
And One Piece, Episode 859.
Alright, spoilers ahead. Let's get started. Alright, John. Let's talk about some One Piece here.
Man, I am so ready.
So, Luffy,
Yeah?
has escaped to Nuts Island. Was he able to avoid Big Mom, and was he able to recover from his previous battle?
You'd think in a 20-minute episode and losing Gear 4 in the last episode, 10 minutes should have went by, but somehow it didn't. So the entire episode was basically Luffy running from Big Mom, and Big Mom, finally seeing him and just chasing after him the entire episode. So it was kind of disappointing in the fact that it didn't really progress the story. But anyway, in the episode, Big Mom chases them. She loses them at one point, so we get to see Big Mom's daughters step in that we haven't really seen before, and they try to stop Luffy from going through some mirrors and potentially going to other places. And at that point, Big Mom kind of catches them. Catches sight of him again, and they kind of the chase is back on. He's carrying Brûlée, still trying to find a mirror, but Big Mom's she's not having it. So she attacks relentlessly without care for hurting one of her own daughters.
Oh. So, all right. Well, you said the cake was ready to be taken to the island last episode. How's that coming along?
It finished the last episode, so this time they kind of put it on a little, I guess, a pedestal or something. So they get this parade, almost parade-like thing kind of going, and they start wheeling it through town, and the whole town's like, oh wow, look at this beautiful cake, and Sanji, of course, has to hide himself because he's kind of wanted fugitive.
Gotcha.
So he's in disguise. As they're going along, one of their brothers, one of Big Mom's sons, Oven, stops them and says, hey, the Straw Hat Pirates are coming here. Why are we taking this cake out to sea? And Pudding just looks at him and goes, hey, do you really want Big Mom coming to Chocolate Town and rampaging it too? So he kind of reflects for a second. He's like, you got a good point. So let's get that cake out to the boat. And, you can pass except for Chiffon. So he reaches, jumps up there, takes Chiffon, slams her down to the ground because her husband, Beji, is part of the ones that started the treason to kill Big Mom and start this whole thing anyway. So they kind of proceed forward. Sanji can't really do anything right now because he'll risk blowing his cover, basically. Right, so, Chiffon's father's been kind of in the background. Nothing I've really wanted to talk about in the past episodes because he's not really worth it. But he finally makes an attempt to save Chiffon this one time. And as this moment's about to go down, Sanji kind of sees his moment. And in kind of a split second or so, he jumps out. Knocks Oven out of the way, saves Chiffon, takes her back to the pedestal cake parade thing, and I think his name's Pound. Chiffon's father's just left there like, whoa, I must be stronger than he's like, yeah, I must be stronger than I think. So Oven kind of recovers, like, obviously you didn't do that. So he Oven gets up, he recovers, knocks Pound down, goes back over to the cake, finds Chiffon again. And this time he's like, all right, I'm done with this. He basically heats up his hand to just melt her and kill her on the spot.
Oh, wow.
And as he's about to do it, Sanji's like, oh no, I gotta save her now. And he gets basically a phone call, and Beji's on his way. So her husband's about to arrive on the island and save her. So he's like, well, okay, I won't kill you now, is kind of the impression that you get, that he's going to save her, potentially just to kill in front of her husband. So that's kind of a quick summary. There, like I said, nothing really great happened in this episode. It just kind of moves the story along. not even 10 minutes. So
We're back on Planet Namek.
yes, we're back on Planet Namek. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So let's go to Index.
Sure.
The great Index.
Yes.
Episode 4. So where is Toma's adventures taking us in this episode?
So let me throw some math at you here for a second.
Oh, I love math.
If I were to give a percentage
Yeah.
as to how much Toma was in this episode,
Okay.
I'd take it to about right around 0%. Toma was not in this episode at all whatsoever.
So the main character wasn't in the show this episode.
Not in this episode, no. So here's the thing, like, from what I can tell, so from last episode, we had this whole thing go down with Toma and Terra left, and looks like we were setting up with Aqua and him kind of stepping in as a new antagonist,
Yeah.
potentially. But it seems like we've now taken a break from that, and now we're going back in time a little bit.
Ooh, time
And-
travel.
Well, not necessarily. We'll just our this episode is basically taking place.
During the last episode or something?
No, before this season even starts. So,
Oh, okay.
so not necessarily second season per se, but like
Yeah.
I'm assuming within maybe days or weeks before this season started.
Okay.
So the reason why I say that is because we're back in Academy City now. Toma's friend we're following him. I forgot his name. Honestly, it's kind of a weird name for me to say, but it's basically the sunglasses guy. You guys know who I'm talking about. The Index fans know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he's basically the guy that's just like, last second is just like, oh, by the way, Toma, here's some information that you didn't know. That sort of thing. And he's actually the one that took Toma to France in the first place. And he's also the one that shot the councilwoman in the first episode this season. So he's back in, he's in Academy
Sounds
City.
like he's done more for the story than Toma.
So far, it kind of seems like it. But in any case, so we see him. We also see the councilwoman, the old councilwoman that he killed in the first episode. So again, I'm kind of getting the impression this particular arc that we're in right now is taking place before the events of season 3. So I'm kind of thinking that the whole point of this arc is to show why the sunglasses guy and the councilwoman, why they are all, how they got connected, and why he ended up working for her, and why she ordered him to shoot her at that time during episode 1. So that's kind of the impression I'm getting, but we're not there yet. He just really just saw her. He and his team helped her out, basically foil an assassination attempt, which is interesting because he's the one that ends up killing her later on. Anyways, but
He couldn't kill her then, had to kill her later.
it kind of seems like that. But either way, so they foil the attempt there. We also do see Accelerator. He's a part of this team that's helping out Sunglasses Guy. So there's just a bunch of stuff that's going on behind the scenes that we don't even know about until now. So again, we see Accelerator, and Accelerator just does his thing. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. This whole episode was just kind of like meh for me. Kind of like with what you felt with One Piece. It's just this like, okay, I guess whatever.
Not even a good week for anime, I guess.
Well, at least not for these.
Not for these two.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible because, like I said, Accelerator showed up, and seeing Accelerator is always kind of cool. Last Order also was there, but her and Accelerator didn't really interact. It kind of seems to be a theme for this season. It's just like, here's all these really cool characters you remember from the previous seasons, and they're not really going to interact all that much.
Just make cameos and just kind of.
Kind of, yeah. I was just like, come on, let's.
Little nostalgia cameos.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, remember that guy?
And there's even some characters that showed up in previous seasons of Railgun, certain magical Railgun, that show up. One of which is like one of the top 5 espers in Academy City, and she's pretty awesome. So she had a really awesome battle with Railgun. I believe in the second season of a certain magical railgun, or scientific railgun. Sorry.
Yeah.
But we see her a little bit, and then we also see this new guy. Apparently, he's also one of the top 5 espers, but he's kind of weird. He's kind of got this halo type thing, or this, I don't know, this weird mechanical halo type of thing that's kind of around him, and like he can raise up his hand like this and just like chop anything in half. Like there's this van that's coming towards him. He just raises his hand like this and just chops it in half, just like kind of just falls apart. So that's interesting, but again, really just there's just all this stuff that's happening in this arc. I'm just kind of like, meh. I just let's just get this over with. I'm assuming it's building up to something that's going to be, I guess, it's going to. We're going to see like the
you're kind of getting
results of
the
it.
Backstories. Yeah, kind of showing where it's all going to culminate.
Exactly, and then we'll see the results of that later in the season. But for right now, just kind of like, meh. Okay.
When you don't see what it's going to actually add up to.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like Index or Railgun episodes, this one's probably not that high on my list. Although, again, maybe there's something that's really important that comes from this, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, this was a fantastic episode.
That was the pivotal episode.
Right. Well, yeah, because it's like now it can connect everything together, and But for now, at this very moment of time, meh.
Oh well.
Yeah, but that's all I got for Index, for at least for this week. So we'll see what happens next week. So
yeah, hopefully One Piece gets better next week too, because want to kind of see what the resolution of all this is.
Right, that's what it is. It's just like we're waiting for resolutions. Let's do this.
Let's get this moved along.
So, and you know what? Maybe we should move this along too. And we'll say thanks you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.
So yeah, that's possibly the best anime I've ever seen.
The best.
Yeah, the best. You need to check it out.
Okay, you know what? I'll check it out right this second.
Okay,
right now.
Let's go watch it then.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go watch it, guys.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, hey. If you like this video, go down there and hit the like button.
And you know what? While you're there, there's a subscribe button and a notification button, so whenever we post a video, you guys will be notified.
Yeah, and even further below that's our comment section. So go down there, share your thoughts on this video, and let us know what you thought about it, and give us some feedback.
Yeah, but please just keep the spoilers to a minimum, please.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching.
We'll see you next time.